Okie dokie, bumper is for the most part pretty much done. There is some slight little adjustments that I still need to make on it. For the most part, yeah, it's pretty much done. I gotta see about why this part of the bumper sticks out more than the rest of the car. That's kind of a big concern to me, considering it's not quite as flush as I want it to be. So realistically, needs to go about right there, honestly. I think I can actually probably flex that to get it bent into shape, or at least the shape that it needs to be. It could just actually be the fender, but I don't think that is the case. I think personally, then again, this is an aftermarket bumper, so alignment is everything to me. I want to make sure that the car gets as aligned as possible. So I'll have to figure what the problem is with that, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Another big concern of mine is let me see if I can get this straight enough. Okay. The other big concern to me is how low it sits on the headlights. On some sides, as you can see, there's bigger gaps than the other side, and more noticeably on this side. I don't really know what the rhyme or reason for that is. I want to say maybe it's the styrofoam little back end back here. I think it's the styrofoam backing. I think that's what's knocking the alignment out. I think I just need to tape that into place because it's not really taped in there very well, and I think that's probably what a lot of my problems are. Again, the bumper's gonna have to come off again one last time anyways, when I'm actually sanding the body on the car. So we'll go ahead and do that when we get to that point. Right now I'm gonna go to the junkyard to find a replacement sail panel that goes from this part of the car right here all the way to about, I think, right here. So we're gonna find a sail panel at the junkyard, since the other woman broke my fucking sail panel and I didn't notice it until I took it off. So we're gonna go find another sail panel. Should be pretty easy. Probably going to the same pick part that I usually always go to find what I need. Also, I can't wait to get into a video of what my biggest gripes are on this car. I actually had to fix something for about the 6th or 7th time, and it's this little coolant bypass pipe right here. I know this is a little off topic, but if you guys ever own an SN95 Mustang that has this little coolant bypass pipe up here, I swear to God, trying to use Teflon tape, tried to use thread sealant, nothing seems to work. I have no idea why. I've tried letting it curate. I've let it curate today for about 2 days now. So if I drive the car, this thing should not leak. I've cleaned the inside of it out, everything. This thing should not leak, I hope, but give it a few months time and it'll probably start leaking again. Anyways, guys, that's the update. We're gonna go to pick apart now and go find us a new sail panel. All right, see you there. We're at the junkyard again. So this is the same SN95 that I took the driver's side fender from. Something interesting that I found out, the reason why that fender wasn't aligning up was I found this little spacer where some of the nuts actually go into the fender, and I realized I was missing this spacer, and that could probably be the reason why my fender isn't aligning up properly, because it's probably an aftermarket fender, no doubt, and that's why they had to use spacers to get it to fit correctly. So that's glad I went back to the same junkyard and I found that spacer, because I'm definitely pocketing that and taking it back and putting that in there. So glad I found that. So the driver's side sail panel. So that's this thing right here, this long piece again that goes here. This is what was broken. What she had actually broken was right in here where this nut would go, right where my index finger is, and she broke around that whole center there. And this thing would become loose if I did not have that nut there, but because she broke the fiberglass around this little area right here, that it would probably be flopping all over the place. You've seen me taking it off on my car. This one obviously is in worse shape than mine, but so there's about 4 screws that actually go up inside here, and we just got to take off the weather stripping to get to them, and it should pop right off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right, I got it off the car, only there's one thing I'm not really happy about with it. It looks like the last owner, whoever owned this and did body work on this car before, the screws, they use different size screws, and they've completely rounded out the inside of it. You could use the same hardware, but it's not factory hardware, and I'm that anal when it comes to being as original as possible to get it to fit correctly on the car. So if I'm desperate, I'll take this, but if I can find one that's just slightly better, I'm going to take that one over this one. So I was ever a little apprehensive to take this one. This is off of another red SN95 Mustang. This one just seems to be a little sun damage, which obviously I can sand out. I think that's just paint that's chipping away. That's not necessarily the fiberglass coming apart. So I should be able to sand that out. This one's probably going to be in better shape than the one I just pulled off. I just need to figure out if it's damaged from the inside of the door. Which, no, we're golden. So the same spot that was broken on mine is in pretty good shape too, so we could probably take it. Just need to get a wrench in there. I'm gonna try taking this one off, and hopefully they didn't modify it like the other one, and we'll probably take this one instead. So let's go ahead and take it off. There's something interesting for you on this Mustang, and I didn't even realize it until just now. So I was wondering what this little white cable was that was just kind of chilling. I was like, oh, it's probably some kind of radio wire or something for a stereo system or something. Then I look up, I've never seen an SN95 with an actual legit sunroof built into the fucking car. This is actually very professionally done. Holy shit. Like, it's even gotten a little button to make it go up and down. The SN95s never came in a coupe with a sunroof. So I thought that was very interesting. Let me even see it from the top. Wow, it's crazy. That's actually very, very well done. This must have been a lot of money to actually have done. It's actually crazy. Seeing a SN95 coupe Mustang of 96, well, 94 to a 98 with a fucking sunroof. That's crazy. Like, it all matches just so well, like with the car. And then what they did was they moved the dome light to the back. So what they did is they flipped it. They flipped the roofing, the carpet roofing. Crazy. Here's another thing that I find interesting about these SN95s too, is they always go to the junkyard with such low mileage, 132,000 miles. The other car, the other red Mustang, I think had 121,000. Hell, my car's almost, it just reached 190,000 today, actually. My car's is almost 200,000 miles, you know. I consider this baby miles, considering my car's in better shape than these things, and they barely last. It's kind of interesting how these V6 Mustangs just die so quickly on people. Okay, here's all the trim and shit that's been taken off the car. There's our red, new, old, but new driver's side sail panel. I'll be getting to work on all this probably tomorrow, maybe. I may touch up on the front bumper of my car, which is chilling right over there, just to make sure everything looks good on that before I start work on this. We are going to be sanding the hell out of all the trim pieces, same way that we did the bumper essentially, but we're doing it all off the car. Makes it a lot easier. Once that's all out of the way, then we'll begin work on the car. Not too sure if I'm going to take the rear bumper off and do the same that I've done to the front bumper, but you know, one thing at a time. Work on the trim shit, spoiler, all that good stuff. So, however, I do have a little bit of a treat for you guys before I go. So I wanted to feel better about my car, considering the condition that it is in. It looks like shit, and I want my car to look somewhat good while I'm driving it. I'm not going to include these just yet, but these are a H3 LED headlight kit that I will be putting in my new headlights that are down there in that box. They will go inside the headlight. I've already tested them on my old ones that are sitting on the car, because they are the exact same headlights, only they came from eBay, and they work fine. I haven't tried them at night yet. You know, these were $30, and I've heard a lot of good reviews on these on Amazon. So it's called Cougar Motor. Again, this is the H3 version. And I decided to put my sequential taillights in my car with the Raxium flasher, and I have to say they look absolutely amazing. I can go ahead and show you that to you guys really quick if you'd like. And it's pretty easy. I'm gonna unlock my car here, and yeah, it's nighttime, so it's probably the perfect time to show you. I also put LED lights on the tail lights as well, so they look nice and good, because they don't look nearly as good with halogens. So Alright, so here is the American Muscle sequential taillight kit for a 94 to a 98, I think actually an 04 too, all the way up to 04 Mustang with the flasher included. And I gotta say, that looks absolutely amazing. I'm actually in love with that. Makes it look like a lot of the newer edge Mustangs that you see on the road, because if you remember on these cars, on the older SN95s, even on the early S197s, they did not come with a sequential taillight kit. And especially on the SN95s, they actually, this first one would not even flash at all if you had your blinker on. This one was left just empty, and the only ones that would flash were these two. So what this kit allows it to do is also allows this to sequential under blink load as well as the rest of them. So it's pretty cool. It's even cool too because if you press on the brakes, they actually all go and then they hold. So it's pretty cool when you press on the brakes too. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with those. I couldn't help myself. I really wanted to put them on the car even though the car is being prepped. I just wanted to feel a little bit better about my car, and yeah, I have to say that it's pretty impressive. Definitely makes your Mustang stand out, and I would say it is a must. Only problem is it's a very expensive cosmetic. It's about 160, I think, for when I put it on my car. So it's just something for you guys to do if you ever get into the SN95 cars. You know, that means 94 to a 04, you know, and you want to do some modifications, cosmetic modifications that is, to your Mustang. Definitely worth it. Anyways guys, I'll probably see you in the next video. I'm going to be prepping all the stuff that I mentioned again in the next video, so peace out.